I never did love before. They gave you, they gave you. I never did love before. They gave they gave Now that I have found you.
Welcome and thank you for coming. We did have a number of cancellations here, but this is so great to see you all. I'm not going to take a long time. I've got a few introductions and then just a little short message for you to remind you of a few principles. But I want to ask a question. Who is the greatest investor of all time? Anybody know who the greatest investor of all time is?
Jesus.
Who?
Solomon.
No, actually, it was Noah. He floated stock while everyone else was in liquidation. So there's 7 keys to financial success and 5 most costly financial mistakes. So let's go to the 7 keys. Number 1 is, and especially for you, those of you that are younger here, please hear this, because I know a lot of the folks with, some white hair and that sort of thing probably going to nod when I say this. But produce value in your life through creativity and excellent work. It's sometimes called entrepreneurship. And you can be an entrepreneur wherever you are, whether you're working in a grocery store and on or salary somewhere. Be entrepreneurial about your work. Make yourself so valuable that people are going to be thankful that you're there. A lot of people just think work is, oh my gosh, I've got to do it. No, it's not supposed to be that way. And by the way, I love the Bible. You know why I love the Bible? Because it has so many great principles in it. And this is one of them, because the Bible tells us that we were made in God's image. What that means is we're supposed to be creators. So the first thing that we're supposed to do, and we should be teaching our children, is to use their talents, their gifts, in such a way that they become creators and leave the world in a better place. Number 2, avoid debilitating debt like the plague. Okay? Like the plague. I was conversing with somebody earlier, and I said, you remember the guy named Solomon? Solomon helped create ostensibly the wealthiest country ever. He obeyed a particular rule that was in the Bible, and it said, you shall lend to many nations, you shall not borrow. Enough said. Be disciplined is number 3, about saving and investing. Number 4, minimize taxes. I don't think I'll have any problem with motivation there. Dale, Emmanuel, some of the other folks are pretty good at trying to do that. Be an owner. That's number 5. Owner of what? Well, real estate, materials, natural resources, companies, stocks. Having ownership makes you value what you have more, and you take care of it better. Okay? So, and we're an owner in a bunch of different ways. Obviously we deal with stocks and mutual funds and real estate and a lot of different other things here. But we definitely try to help people understand that ownership is what gives you the potential for growth. Number 6, manage your risks. It's not just investment management, but have an emergency fund. It's insurance, insuring the right things. And that's health, life. We mentioned that before. And one of the biggest risks that we have are really in the health area, health insurance, and long-term care, which can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars over a very short period of time. And any of you maybe have had parents go through that. you know what I'm talking about. And in quantum, one of the things that Joe does in particular, it's one of his expertise, is we employ a conservative options trading strategy, which helps increase income and actually helps reduce risk a little bit. The seventh one, pass it on. Pass it on. In terms of giving, in terms of your estate. I can't tell you how, so many people tell me that once they've gotten into the habit of giving, it becomes fun. It becomes a lot of fun. So that's the seventh one. So now the 5 mistakes, I'm actually ahead of time. The 5 most costly financial mistakes. First one, laziness and lack of discipline. Laziness and lack of discipline. The younger you are, the better it is to start saving, start investing, put money. It's not there just to spend. And so many people spend more than they've got. You never get ahead by doing that. The second 5 most costly mistakes. Okay, but along with that, in that category, number 1 is procrastination. Well, I'll be able to save. I'll start when I'm 40. Oh, I'll start when I'm 50. Well, I'll start when I'm. Heaven's knocking on the door. Number 2, deficit spending, and it goes along with this. Deficit spending and spending on the wrong things. About 15 years ago, I decided to do a study on how to buy a car. And I said, okay, you can buy, and I forget what the numbers were right now. And they've all changed now, but the relativity would be the same. So let's say a new car was $30,000. You had $15,000. What was the difference between financing that $15,000 to buy a new car and buying a used car that had 70% of its usage left for half the price that you could pay cash for? I gave the used car extra expenses for repairs and all of that. And then what we did is we turned the cars in every 5 years. And I did the cash flows, and instead of that, I put the difference in cash flows into the stock market. The difference in net worth, if you did that for 30 years, was about $400,000. Whoa! I think I bought one new car in my life. Because once I figured that out, I've never bought a new car. I always buy used cars because I just want to get from point A to B. I don't need any status. I don't need anything else. I just want to get there. Okay. 3, poor planning and inattention to details. It's like anything else, a good plan and following that plan helps you avoid a lot of the other stuff, but helps you get there. It's pretty hard to get anywhere. You want to take a vacation, you got to do some planning, right? You just don't say, okay, I'll just get in my car and go. Well, you could, I guess, but I don't think that's the way most people want to do it. 4, lack of good advisors. In an abundance of counselors, there is safety. I don't know everything. I need people like these guys around me, Keith or whoever it is back there. They have expertise. I can't learn all that stuff. I really can't. I need people who know things that I can go to. And the last one, number 5, trusting the wrong people. That's where I have made some of my biggest mistakes, is in trusting the wrong people who take something that should be of great value and then mismanage it. It's hard. It's not easy. This is not something that you just can do. So I offer these to you as some wisdom that I have gathered. And I've got a big treasure chest. I really do. A big treasure chest. And it's full of mistakes. So So I try to learn from those. I try to pass them on, if I can pass them on to my children or hopefully my grandchildren, so that I can do better the next time around. And whenever we're dealing with the money or the investments or anything in life, I've found that these principles are the ones that work the best for me. And yes, that is 10, I think it's 10 and a half minutes. I apologize for the 30 seconds. So please enjoy yourself. We've got some more music. Please, look up on the shelf back there for the information that I had mentioned. And thank you so much for who you are and for being part of my life. Thank you.